Okay, so 13 years ago, the Lord placed on my heart to homeschool, and I was scared and I was nervous and I didn't know what to expect. And I am so grateful that I listened because it's been the most wonderful blessing. And I will have different series on homeschooling. I will actually talk about how we went from public school to homeschooling because my first, who is 19, she did preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. We pulled her out right before second grade. And I want to just talk about some of the things that I've learned, in the 13 years that I've been homeschooling, and I have 5 kids. And so I've taught 4 kids to read. And so this video is just about reading and what I've learned. And so when I started homeschooling, she was going into second grade. She had been reading, but she had loved to read. And in first grade, she lost that desire to read. She didn't want to read. Well, what they do is they have a color system in the schools. Now, this was 13 years ago. Not quite sure if things have changed or it's still the same. I'm not sure. So they have color coded, like just round, like garage sale stickers that they put on books. And so what happens is the teacher pulls the child aside, see where they are, and then they're like, okay, you are green. So any books that have a green sticker, those are the books you're allowed to read. So I'm assuming the loss of learning to read is because she was reading books that didn't interest her. And so she fell out of the love of reading, which broke my heart. So I started homeschooling her in second grade. And kid you not, we would go to the library all the time. And I'm like, okay, let's pick out a book. And at first I got concerned because she was picking out like baby books. And I was like, okay, she's a good reader. Why is she picking out baby books? And so I just let her run with it. And after a month, she started doing chapter books. She was doing baby books, then she went to readers 1, 2, 3, and then she started doing chapter books. And that love of reading came back. Why? Because she got to choose what she wanted. I didn't judge her, and it was really hard because I'm like, okay, this is my first year homeschooling. People already had mad judgment on me, and like if I can do it, and I'm not equipped because I don't have a teaching degree, and blah 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 blah. And so that pressure and the weight of the world was like, oh my goodness, my kid's in second grade, and she's picking out baby books. What am I doing wrong? But I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was letting her choose the books that appealed to her, that really sparked that interest. And literally a month later, she went to her love of reading again and just really enjoyed it. And that's a small section of what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Is I'm so happy that homeschooling has brought that love of reading. And still at 19, she loves to read. She's got tons of books and just absolutely loves it. So what I've learned in 13 years is every kid is different. Having taught 4 kids how to read, I will say each kid is different. I don't know why in our society kids are put in a box. Not adults, but kids. Like we have a sliding scale as adults when we go to the doctor. Well, if you're this, you should kind of be around the range, but they also take in effect of, genetics and weight and height and build, but they don't do that for children. It's like, oh, you're 2, you're ready to potty train. No, not every kid potty trains at 2. Not every kid is potty trained at 3. Okay, they might be 4. Some might be a little bit longer, and that is okay. And I do have a video on potty training. Watch it if you're about to do that. So helpful. And I'm telling you, after potty training 5 kids, it will change your world. I even have a friend who's like, I listened to your advice and oh my goodness, literally. So watch my potty training video. Aside from that, potty training and everything else development for the kids, every kid is so different. Just like I have 5 kids with 5 different personalities and 5 different interests. And they have 5 different ways in why they interact with people and 5 different ways how they play. They're all different. So is the learning ability. Not every kid will read at 5 or 6 or even 7. It might take a little bit longer. And what I've learned with homeschooling is we can be repetitive and go over the same thing over and over and over. And one day it just clicks. And then when it clicks for them, they run with it. And it's just so great because it's just like anything you're doing. Whether you are learning a new skill or a new trait, the more you do it, the better it is. You're not going to have to read the instructions. You're not going to have to go back to your notes. You're going to know it by heart, just with anything. And so the same is with kids. And I just don't understand why there's such a stressor on kids to have to be like, you have to be able to read at the end of kindergarten. Now, that's how it was at our school 13 years ago. I don't know if things have changed. And I will tell you, all my kids know how to read except for the last one. And are my I guess, third and fourth kid, are they reading chapter books? No. But they are reading, and they have that love of reading, and all they want to do is read. And every time they read a different chapter book, or like not chapter book, but like, you know, the 1 and the 2s and 3s, how they have like the learn to read, they're progressing. And that's what we have to look at as parents, is their progression. Whether you homeschool or you public school, please don't ever make your kids feel like they are behind, or, you know, don't let the teacher make your kids feel like they're behind. Yes, I understand there's kids with learning disabilities. Yes, that will hinder their learning a little bit. It might slow them down, but that's okay. They will eventually catch up. And I'm telling you, that pressure for our kids, whether it's sports or reading or math, it will come in their time. And what I've also known as a homeschool mom, like my 19-year-old could care less about math, but she loves to read. So, I mean, she can write like there's no tomorrow. I mean, it's crazy. All her college work, she got A's because it was just in writing. It was just amazing. My 14-year-old, she wants to be an engineer. She loves math and science, but could care less about reading. Does she know how to read? Yes. Does she read daily? Yes. But I've noticed usually one kid will love math and not so much reading, or they'll love reading and not so much math, you know? And I'm like that too. I love to read and I could care less about math. Do I know how to do it? Yes. But is it the first thing I want to do? Jump up and down? No. So I am telling you, as a parent and as a homeschool mom, whether your kids are private school, homeschool, public school, help them. Just read to them at night. That's huge. And let them read to you. And just continue to read a book every day with them, and then have them read a book to you. And what I do, what has helped, is I will have them read the same book for a week, sometimes 2 weeks. And what happens is when they get every word in the book, then we move on to the next one. And this is what I've noticed. When you do that, the next book, all those words that were in that book, now they know all those words. And so now we're learning new words, or a little bit more challenging words. And that has been a tremendous help. So I pray that this video helps just to reassure that every child is different. Every child will learn at different ages. All 5 of my kids, the last one, all 4 of my kids that know how to read have learned at different ages and at different paces. But when they get it, they get it. So just hold on tight, mom and dad. You're doing a great job. Reading is up there with potty training. It's hard. It's no joke. But you got it. They got it. Just continue to encourage them, love on them, and just praise them for what they're doing.